Are modern day golf brands lying to you? Let's find out.
And let's do it now.
Do ya? Hi everyone, James Robinson here. If you're new to the channel and this is your very first time watching my content, first of all, Mark, what should they do?
Subscribe.
Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave us a like if you do enjoy our content, and as always, we want you to be a part of these videos, so yeah. I think you'll agree, Mark, it's vitally important that people comment below and add to this discussion. Are golf brands lying to us? What do you think about modern day lofts?
I think it's just crazy. I really do. Everything's getting longer, you're trying to hit it further, but the end result is still chipping and putting around the green. Yeah. So what's the point?
So what if I then said to you the technology? Don't you just love that noise?
Not really, no.
No?
No, I don't.
I'll try and hold it then. What if I said to you that the technology that goes with the lofts and with the length of shaft then helps the club perform not only further but better? This could be a debate, couldn't it?
That's great. I mean, technology is always good, taking things on, moving things forward, but why?
Yeah. So guys, we've got a really interesting debate here, and I've got no idea why I've just taken my glove off because I'm about to hit another golf shot. Yeah. But Mark is going to use the brand new Callaway Epic forged irons. I'm going to use the Callaway Apex forged irons. And to be fair, generally, I would say that I'm about a club longer than you on average, would you say? Maybe on a good or a bad day that might differ. But these have proved to be a club longer in the Epic, Epic forged than in the Apex forged. And a lot of that obviously is down to the loft, it is down to the shaft length. I'm going to put those both on the screen now so we can compare them. How much difference does it make?
We'll see.
Really?
I mean, yeah, how much difference does it make? I mean, I'm hitting it 10 yards further, so I'm taking a different club for my shot, but so what, I'm still taking 2 shots on a par 4.
Yeah, see, so what have we got here? We've got, must have 200 yards left in here. Yes. Downwind a little bit. We've both hit 4-iron off the tee. You've hit the Epic forged 4-iron. Yes. And I've hit the Apex forged 4-iron. I can't tell you how difficult it is to keep saying Epic forged and Apex forged and get them the right way around, but we're pretty much similar. I'm maybe a couple of yards in front, but mine's rolled on the fairway and yours is rolled in the rough, so distance-wise they're going to be pretty similar. Yeah. Should we both hit 4-irons again?
I'd hit a 4-iron from here, yeah.
Okay, right. I'll let you get it out there. And you see, these clubs are getting a lot of hate because of the loft and the length of shaft, but in actual fact, in a lot of my videos, I do talk about the loft, I do talk about the length of shaft, and the big thing which Callaway have done here is, yes, they are stupidly low lofted, they are very, very long shafts, but the technology that goes in those heads is designed to help the ball reach a higher peak height, so the ball lands softer, so you still get the control with the distance.
A lot of words there.
A lot of words.
Let's hit it.
That is not lying nice either. Great strike out of there. Okay, so Mark has hit Epic forged. I'm going to hit Apex forged. It's not got a great lie again, but shouldn't left it too much. Could go in. Okay, so as we're walking up here now, I've just gone left. I absolutely nailed that, to be fair.
Good strike.
Took a bit of a strong bounce, went left. Obviously not my fault, because it could never be my fault, Mark, could it?
No, absolutely not.
Mark's just cleared that bunker there. Just.
Sitting badly.
Out of the lie.
Because of the depth.
And it's finished here, so we're short. So Mark, your 18-degree lofted 4-iron. Just going to say that again. Your 18-degree lofted 4-iron. It's finished there. Yeah. And my 23-degree lofted 4-iron, which is half an inch shorter, is finished over there. So how much difference does this? And this is where we think, had you have used the higher lofted 4-iron out of the rough, would it have been a better outcome because it's more loft, it's more forgiving, it's out of the rough?
Yeah.
Should we move on?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. And we've got mine finishing just down here. Still, I wouldn't fancy making par from there in all fairness, especially with no wedges in the bag today as well. Okay, so as we get to this next tee mark, I think that's something which a lot of people maybe don't understand, is that lack of loft out of the rough plays a huge role in forgiveness, doesn't it?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would have used my 4-iron from that sort of distance potentially, whereas that one, I hit it quite well. I mean, the line was all right, it just didn't get up.
Yeah. Interesting one now, into the wind.
Yeah.
That's about a 200-yard carry, near enough playing now, isn't it, with this wind? Yeah. I'm using the Apex Forged 4-iron, 23 degrees like we've just said. Yours is 18. Effectively, yours should bore through the wind a little bit more, we would say.
Yeah, it should do.
Then I suppose the counter argument for that is that when I've done these reviews and I'm talking about the technology Callaway are providing in there to help get the ball launching, will it launch up into the wind and go too high?
Will it launch? Yeah, exactly, yeah. Does it go up?
I didn't expect that to go that far, I'm not gonna lie. The amount of times I've stood on this tee when I'm giving you a video lesson or when I'm talking about a new driver or a new 3-wood and I've hit it so far wide, just hit that. That sounded really good.
Wow. It's gone over.
So interesting there, Mark, we've both hit pretty good shots. Yours leaked a little bit right.
Leaks right, yeah.
Now, off camera there, we had a brief discussion about kind of the shaft and the weight of the shaft. Now, the Apex Forged irons do have these kind of graphite shafts in them.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel about the weight of the club? Because whenever we test clubs...
Sorry. You said the Apex Forged.
Oh, I do that all the time. So the Epic Forged irons do have this kind of graphite shaft in them, which is also longer than the shaft in the Apex in the Apex Forge.
Yeah, right.
How does that make you feel weight-wise? Because usually when we do these comparisons and we do this testing, weight is a big thing that you always...
It is, yeah, and I noticed that straight off, that the whole club feels a lot lighter.
Yeah.
And I hadn't realised that it was longer as well.
Yeah.
Now you've said that, yes, it's obvious to me that it was longer.
Yeah.
When I was actually swinging it. So.
And all that's designed for one thing and one thing only, isn't it?
Yeah.
Speed.
It's more speed.
Yeah.
But I'm not particularly a speed person.
Yeah.
At all. As you say, I like a bit more weight, and I'm just struggling to actually play.
Yeah. Okay.
Play the shot with the club.
So for the next few shots, shall we swap over? Do you want to go Apex and I'll go?
We can try it. Yeah.
I'll take the beast
See
on.
What happens.
So I've got my tee shot just up there in the fairway. I'm astounded, to be fair, as how far that's gone into this wind. Mark, you struck yours well. It's a bit further back here on the right hand side, and I'm going to play from there now with the Apex irons.
No, with the Epic irons.
Epic irons.
You just can't get it right, can it?
Oh, it just sounds so similar.
You're 170.
170 uphill?
170.
So I'll tell you what, I was hitting the Epic 8-iron 180 yards in the test.
Okay. Well, if you were hitting
so 100, exactly 170 uphill into the wind. It's asking a lot,
yeah.
But
I would expect you to be just short.
Would you?
Just short, I think, uphill into the wind.
This would be, without the pun, epic, wouldn't it?
It would be.
Now, you know, I was really confident until I've stood here.
I'm watching. It's actually gone. It's got that distance.
I didn't need to hit an 8-iron from 170 yards uphill into the wind.
No.
But it feels good. And the big issue that I'm going to have really is, say if we were 20 yards further up, what would I hit?
Yeah.
I'd have to get really good with that kind of sawn off pitching wedge shot.
Yeah.
So for me, that's a 100-yard shot with my kind of Mizuno pitching wedge. Sometimes with this, that could be a 140-yard shot, a sawn off pitching wedge, which would be absurd, wouldn't it?
It would, completely.
But taking nothing away from it, that felt awesome, and it's up there.
Distance.
Yeah. Where's it gone, Mark? Is it long?
Long.
So guys, we've come and jumped a few holes on because it's mega busy out there and the last thing we want to do is hold people up.
Yeah.
We're going to drop a couple of balls around what I would consider a normal 8-iron distance. So we're uphill into the wind yet again. And
Yet again.
And I'm going to drop one at about 160. And I am thinking of the club's loft there and technology as well.
Right.
How far out do you want to be with the apex?
Well, I'll go to 150.
Yeah, okay.
I'll go at 150. Pins at the back, so.
Yeah. Also guys, what I'm going to do after this shot, so I'm going to hit the Epic forged first, then I'm going to hit the same shot with the Apex forged, same club 8-iron, and see what happens. That's gone so far. This looks like a pitching wedge now, looking down at it.
Yeah. Higher, a lot shorter.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's not on the green, I don't think.
Think it's short of the green?
I think it's short.
This will be interesting. Two pretty even strikes there with both 8-irons. This is going to be interesting. I think actually the Epic is long and the Apex might be short. Mark, are you going to do the same?
Yeah, I'll do the same. I'll do
Yeah?
the same from there.
About 150 yards?
Yeah. Apex first.
It's a great strike, tiny bit left. Good shot. On the green?
I think it's on the back of the green, yeah.
So in theory this
should be
too much.
Miles.
And it's just about to rain.
Good grief. Yeah, look at that shaft. So, yeah, look at the shaft difference in length.
That's
Wow.
mental. Epic forged. Wow, what a strike that is.
4 on the tee. I just hit the banking on the tee.
And in fairness, they're doing exactly what they are supposed to do.
That's right.
Aren't they?
Absolutely, they are. They are.
The only worrying aspect would be if we were 10 yards short of those bunkers.
Yeah.
Because then what do you hit?
Yeah.
And that comes back to the sawn off pitching wedge.
You've got to have a collection of wedges in your bag.
Yeah.
Or be very good. Start very young playing golf and manipulate loads of shots with your wedge.
Now I've got to say as well here that it may seem like we're kind of hating on the technology a bit on the Epic forged and kind of talk it down a bit. It's doing exactly what Callaway is saying it's doing. It's going miles. It's going miles. That one went really high. Yeah. So it's going high enough. It's just how do you control that? Now, mega interesting here. There's my Apex forged. There, right at the back, is both my Epic forged and Mark's Epic forged and Mark's Apex forged. So Mark, pretty interesting that my Apex forged finished way back there.
Yep.
Both your Epic forged and Apex forged have finished up here. Let me just check which one is which. Is that a red one?
The red one, yeah, this is yours.
So that's my Epic forged, which is bang in line with the flag. That's the one I just chipped up as well.
Yeah, 30 yards difference.
30 yards difference.
30 yards difference.
But interestingly for the mid-handicapper,
yeah,
not 30 yards difference.
No.
We were going to call the video a day there, but the showers have cleared, so we're going to play one more hole. We're going to play some 4-irons off the tee as we have been doing, and then hopefully about an 8-iron in.
Yep.
Yep. So I think if anything, the Epic 4-iron could be an awesome club for off the tee. I'm going to go Epic as well.
Okay. Well, that's the first one that's kept low.
That was a terrible strike, and actually it's done really well. And that's something which I was really impressed with the review of these.
Yes, it wasn't a great strike, was it? But it kept low, kept going.
You're being very, very political with not great strike. It was a shocking strike. That sounded gorgeous. Oh, Mark. That may be the best golf shot we've seen on camera.
Wow.
And that's like a real interesting point in that the iron that you're going to hit off the tee, obviously you want to go as far as possible, don't you?
Yes.
And that has done. I think you've probably knocked it past me there, to be fair.
I think I will have done.
Oh, I think I will have done.
Interesting. I mean, into the wind, but it was up in the air. It flew.
And this is where, and I want to get back to the title of what this video is. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know what it is yet, but it's going to be something based around lofts and technology, and I'll probably throw a cool word in there to try and get people to watch. People call that clickbait, but whatever they want. So technology in these clubs, it's there, it's visible in the performance, it's visible in what they do.
Yeah.
Price is a real touch. I mean, I'm going to put this out there, I would not pay £2,000 for a set of irons. Wouldn't do it. I would not do it. But that depends who you are and how much money you've got.
Is that what they are?
Yeah. Yeah, so the Epic Forged are twice as much as the Apex Forged.
Wow.
But then they've got that technology in them that performs well and all that. So if money's not an object and you want the best performing irons you can, look at PXG, look at other brands. I know Taylormade potentially might have something in the pipeline which we're not allowed to talk about, but we're allowed to talk about.
Right,
really
are they? Okay.
So
wow. Yes, I mean, off the tee, I can see the Epic Forged being a good club.
yeah.
I'm just not sure off the fairway, getting to a green sort of
here.
distance.
So 2 balls in the middle of the fairway, 2 balls that we've got the 150 marker just up there. So 2 balls at about 130 yards.
Something like that, won't it? Yeah.
Now we don't have a pitching wedge, so we're going to have to grip down on this 8 iron. This will be interesting.
See what happens.
So let's see, Mark, if we can play that sawn off shot we've been talking about with the strong clubs, the clubs that everyone's kind of come here to see really, the technology built in clubs, the Epic. 4 iron might be a bit much.
130 yard,
Sawn off.
8 iron that I've just hit 160 uphill.
And this is a prime example, Mark, of where I think some mid-handicappers will struggle with these, in that that's not that, I'm not putting this shot in to embarrass you, that's not your shot, is it?
No.
It's not a shot you're good at, it's not a shot a lot of mid-handicappers are good at. So remember in old clubs we used to have the 10 iron?
Really?
Do you remember that?
No.
Callaway Big Bertha used to offer the 10 iron, which was basically a gap wedge. And I think maybe Callaway, or not just Callaway, but other brands who are making these super powerful irons need to maybe think about bringing back the 10 iron, gap wedges and all the rest. Because that, it's going to be a struggle, isn't it?
Yeah. I didn't know where the club was because of the lightness of it.
So it's built for speed, it's not necessarily built for feel, to send it in there with a nice half shot. Whereas a low handicapper, hopefully myself, might play that shot a tiny bit better.
There you go. Try.
That's as good as I've got, and that's going in like an absolute bullet. That very nearly hit the flag, didn't it?
Nearly did, yeah. Not that it would have made any difference.
No, it would have just smashed the flag out of the ground. I couldn't have played that any better. And worryingly, that's come out mega low, hasn't it? Because obviously the club edge speed isn't there, the swing speed isn't there to get the ball to launch. So it's just come out basically like the loft that's on the club. This is where you do start to worry for, and we're not picking on the Callaway clubs here, these are just kind of the guys that are probably setting the standard now in powerful clubs, in powerful irons, in distance irons.
Yeah.
They're very good, they go a long way, they do exactly what it says on the tin. But if you're going to go for them, you need to work on that half shot, you need to maybe look at more wedges. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe the brands who make these irons would have more wedges in the pipeline to help you.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Absolutely. Blimey. How's that kept on rolling?
Great shot. So guys, we're going to call this video a day here. Are golf brands lying to you? I don't think they are. I think there's technology in there. I think obviously the strong lofts, the longer shafts, people are kind of just seeing that and maybe targeting that as the reason. The technology is there to help it with that. I can't say that enough. But then if you don't have the speed, maybe the shots are going to struggle to launch and struggle to stop. So my shot that we played in there, just to finish you on, pitched there, look, pitched in front of the flag. I can't even call that a pitch mark, it's more like a skid mark, and then it's finished there. So guys, thank you so much for watching. We do hope you've enjoyed that. We hope you found it a bit more of a debate about these kind of mega powerful irons, because if you are looking for powerful irons, you have to ignore the guys kind of working in the background there. They're doing a good job, aren't they, making the golf course very nice and presentable. If you are looking for powerful irons, I think they are there for you. I think you also need to think about the options of wedges and the options of how you can play these shorter shots. You showed up there that that half shot isn't your shot.
No.
So you've got to take that into account. We're going to go now, guys, because you probably can't hear us very well. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you do hit that subscribe button below. Leave a like if you enjoy the content as always. And as always, we'll see you tomorrow. See ya. Wow, what a strike that is.